Every weekend, StatsEdge Pro members get up to 40 potential trade ideas for this coming week. And then for you guys, I come on here and I give you guys one idea. For people that are subscribed to the free email list, they get a second idea. I generally speaking do this on Monday, but it was a holiday, so we do this on Tuesday. I generally want to find something that is already triggered. Now, if you're not on the free email list, make sure you come through and do that. If you scroll here to the top of StatsEdgeTrading.com, you can sign up for the free newsletter right here. You can go into the free trading course or our trading plan course. You can sign up for those free courses as well, and that gets you on the email list there as well. So we're going to talk about one today that comes from our momentum strategy. And for all the different strategies here, you can click on detailed strategy statistics and it'll bring you to this page right here. This is from our momentum strategy, which has a 48% win rate. However, when you're right, you make on average 3.1%, and when you're wrong, you lose 1.6%. So a very good risk reward on that particular setup right here. And we are talking about DHI or DH Horton. This is a home builder. So let's go. ITB is a great home builder chart. And I really like that this one, I saw so many people drawing out this chart kind of like this and saying this is, the end of home builders. And it looked like they were right for a while, where inverse head and shoulders or rounded top or whatever you want to call it, we broke down and then came roaring back up. So it looks like home builders are strong. I think that's generally good for the economy as a whole. If your people who build the homes are doing well in this market. So if we go to DHI, here's DH Horton. And this is, again, from our momentum strategy, which is the way that we kind of quantify bull flags. So we want a nice push higher, some sideways consolidation, and then a potential continuation from there. And that's what we're seeing so far today. So we triggered here at 170.50. That's roughly where we are right here as I record this video. And we're just looking for an extension. So each of these strategies, we do kind of a week-to-week trade. So what we want is a nice push up for throughout the week. We will sell it on Monday, and then we'll move on from there. That to me is where a lot of the discretion comes in. If we get a huge rip on this today, like 5-6%, and I know the average gain is 3% or so on the trade, I might take some off the table. If we get a nice long sustained trend and on Monday it still looks great, I might take a little bit and hold a little bit there as well, right? Take, half off and hold half or something like that. But that's the area where I give myself a little bit discretion when it comes to how to potentially hold these trades. But it's a nice look. It kind of looks pretty similar to that home builder chart I gave you, where all-time highs are still a little bit away, and that's about 200, which would be a nice percentage gain from here. And you can see that this 170 area has been resistance here for a while. We keep banging our head against it over and over and over again. We gapped down this morning, and even with the market pretty red, as by the time I record this video, you can see the SPY here gap down is trading at lows. IWM is doing a little bit better, but if we look at the Qs, right, we're gap down and we're trading, about in the middle, not doing too well there on the Qs either. So a lot of kind of red in the streets, but DHI is holding strong. So that's some relative strength on top of the overall setup. This is why I brought this one to you guys. Now, again, for free email subscribers, I'm going to give one other setup, but this one is kind of my favorite so far this week. It's 11 o'clock on a Monday morning. So we got a lot of week to do some more trading, but this one looks really, really nice. As always, I appreciate you all for coming out, commenting, leaving a like, doing all that kind of stuff that YouTubers tell you to do. And until I talk to you guys next time, get away from the screen.